Bridget Bartlett here with My Vision Agency, and today I am going to show you a cool little strategy to help you keep track of not just the engagement within your campaigns, but also which campaign are people engaging in. Now, you'll see here that we do have the engagement scoring. If you go into your settings and go to manage scoring, we can create an engagement score for each of our contacts based on, for in this example, if an email is open, we're going to add a point. But what if you want to do something a little bit more advanced than just a simple total of an engagement score? What if you want to create a score when they open or click in a specific email campaign and you want to add an engagement score for that specific campaign? What if you also want to add a note to their profile that they did open an email or they clicked in an email within a specific campaign? That's what I'm going to show you how to do. And of course, you could see the engagement score here, and this is the difference. It tallies this all up as a total, but if you want to segment this out so that when you're talking to your leads, which campaigns they actually opened emails in, you can create a number field here. You can also add notes to the profile. So let's go ahead and dive into today's training. Now, the very first step is we want to create a custom field. To create a custom field, we need to go into our settings. We need to go to custom fields, and we're going to go to add a field. Now, this does need to be a number field because we're going to add one every time they do the action that we want to track. So I'm going to choose the number field, and I'm going to click next, and I'm going to say opened email in campaign. Now I'm going to put it in a group. So this means what group do I want this to show up in the profile? So you can see that here. If we minimize these, you'll see these are all in different groups. So if we want this to be in an easily found place, maybe we want this to be at the top, but you can see we have contacts, general info, additional info, onboarding, and so on. That is the same thing that you find here, contact, general info. So which group do we want to put that in? Let's just say additional info, and let's go ahead and save. All right, so now we've created our field. We need to create our workflows. So I'm going to go into the workflow. So you can go to automations, we'll go to workflows, and let's create the workflow, because the first thing is we actually need an ABC campaign. So what campaign are we going to be tracking? And this can start in any way, from a form or maybe a tag or something like that. So we're going to leave the trigger blank, but I'm just going to call this ABC campaign. And like I said, we'll leave the trigger blank, but it could be any of these things that trigger this automation to happen. The very first step here is the email that we want to track. And we could have multiple emails. We could have 45 million emails if we want to, but we want to just track anytime an email is opened here. So we're going to say test email, and let's say this is the best thing you have ever seen, and save. All right, so here's our campaign, as generic as it is. You get the point. I don't want to spend too much time overcomplicating this, but this is the campaign. We're just going to say anytime anyone opens an email in this specific campaign, we're going to build that workflow so that it tracks that. Okay, so now we've built the initial campaign. We've built the custom field that we want to update when that happens. Now let's build the workflow. So I'm going to go start from scratch again. Let's name this track ABC campaign. So the trigger here for tracking the campaign is going to be the event. Okay, so email events. And we want to be specific, because if we just left it like this, every time there was an email event, it would trigger this automation. But we actually want to be very specific, and we want to choose not even just in the workflow. We actually want to choose the specific event. So what are we tracking here? Do we want to track when the email has bounced, when it's been clicked, when someone has marked us as spam, or opened an email, or unsubscribed? Remember, that field that we created was for anyone who's opened the email. So I'm going to choose open, but we still need another filter, because now this is going to filter and trigger every time someone opens an email in any campaign. So we want to be really specific and add another filter for in the workflow, and then choose our ABC campaign. So I'm going to click save now for the trigger. Let's go ahead and save there. Now here is where we want to choose what we want to happen. So we want to add the note. We want to update that field with 1. So let's add a note here. Add notes. And we're going to say opened email in ABC campaign and save. So now what we need to do is we need to add a math operation, because we don't just want to add something to the field. We want to add a number to the existing number that's already there. So we're going to choose the math operation, and we want to select the field that we created. So since we created it, we're going to choose the custom fields, and we want to choose the one that says opened email in ABC campaign. Now you'll see here we can choose to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. I'm going to choose to add 1 every time someone completes this action, and it's going to update that specific field here. So let's save action and save, and always make sure to publish. So let's test this out. Let's go back to our workflows. And you'll see here is the campaign. So remember, this is what's going to trigger all of these actions to take place. So let's test the workflow here, because I need to send the email to someone so that someone can open it. And then that is what will trigger the automations. So I'm going to type in an email address here. We'll choose this one and run test. So I'm opening up my inbox in another window. I received the email and I opened it. So let's refresh and look at enrollment history. And now you'll see that Jane Doe has opened the email. You can also check the execution path. Obviously, there's only one step here, but that's how you would want to check the enrollment and make sure that everything went through. So now we need to check the next automation. Track ABC campaign. You can see one person has gone through. If we check the enrollment history, you'll see Jane Doe, math operation is finished. Now, if we go into Jane Doe's profile, you'll see if we scroll down to additional info, and now you see opened email and ABC campaign, we've added a 1. And if we go to the notes section here, you'll see open email and ABC campaign here. So that's how easy it is to not only track your engagement, but also track the engagement of specific campaigns that you have created to help you in the sales process when you are talking to your customer. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you have any questions at all, feel free to go to our dashboard here. If you're a reseller in our program, you're going to go to the community tab, you go to the events calendar, and you'll click on today's date to join me in the Zoom room. If you're in our free community, of course, you won't have access to the dashboard, but you will have access to the events calendar here. And the same thing, you just want to click there to join me in the Zoom. If you're not a member of our program or our free community, you can go to my website, myvisionagency.com. You can click here to join our reseller program for free when you sign up for HighLevel using my affiliate link that is directly through HighLevel. I don't have any access or control of your account. It's simply an affiliate link, but I do offer bonuses for that. If you're already a HighLevel customer and you want to sign up for our reseller program to resell our AI ads, our sales bots, and get access to our other tools and services, you can check that out there. If you're interested in signing up for our software bundle just to use the tools for your business, this is not our reseller program, you could check that out there. You can join our free community if you have questions, or you can book a private consultation with me. Thank you all so much for giving me your most valuable asset, which is your time. I look forward to working with you in open office hours. Go make your vision a reality. Bye. If you're considering signing up for HighLevel, or you're already a HighLevel member, this is the video for you. I'm going to take you behind the scenes as a 6-figure-a-year business that I've built on HighLevel without a team that allows me to work from home 4 hours a day, building the life, not just the business, that I always envisioned. Now, let's dive in. And when you first create your HighLevel account, it'll look very similar to this. The colors will be this like blackish gray color, and you'll have your HighLevel logo up here. And this that we're looking at right now is the admin dashboard. So this is going to be where you manage all of your sub accounts. So a sub account is what we're looking at here. These are two different business accounts. And if I wanted to go into that business account and I wanted to, manage it as the agency admin, I could click here to switch into the sub account. Now, the problem that everyone has is they all have this. They all have the exact same tools, they all look the same, and they all function the same because it's all high level. So you either need to provide something on top of your high level account to differentiate your business from everyone else's, or you're going to race to the bottom on price. Okay. And that's certainly not what we want to do. So in my agency, of course, you'll see that I've rebranded it, and you'll see that I have all of the standard high level tools in this account, except when it starts here, I start adding my own tabs here. Okay. So this is what's going to make my agency stand out. This is what helps me to provide additional services to my clients. So I've added a coaching program. I've created an onboarding course here, and I wanted to add that custom menu tab there so that it's really easy for them to know where to get started. Okay. So I've gone in detail in my training and all of that. And of course, this that we're looking at right now is actually the community or course builder inside of HighLevel. So if we wanted to, or my user wanted to bounce around here, maybe take a course, this is what all of that looks like once you've gotten it all built out. Okay, so you can see for my program, I have the start here, and then I have all of the different tutorials and everything, and it looks beautiful. Okay, you also have an affiliate management system inside of the client portal, which is what houses the community and the courses. And then you see what the community looks like as well once you have it all built out. So I've created this, and I've just been able to put a tab here inside the dashboard so that all of my users can access the community and know where to get started. Now, we also have a tab here for the AI ads leads. So this is another white label software that I've created, or that I've signed up for to provide for my agency clients. And you can see here, this is actually a really good software. You can just simply search for, in this example, marketing agencies in Indianapolis, and I can get all the contact information. I can even get the emails of everyone who works there. Interesting that this my agency pulled up here. But if I wanted to select all of these contacts here and I wanted to send them to my HighLevel account, or my users wanted to do that, they simply just select that and they can click here to send to the CRM, and then it goes right into the contacts. Okay, so we're creating solutions based off white label software that integrate with HighLevel and provide additional services. Now, the best part about software is that you do not have to spend time. Okay. This manages and runs itself. I'm providing incredible value for my clients or sub accounts, but I do not have to spend my time doing that. Okay. Now, the next thing that I also provide is an AI coach. This is another white label software. This is really, really great to help train the AI and create a brand profile. What's cool about this tool is that you can actually you just put in your website URL, and then it will help you create your avatar, your customer avatar. It'll tell you what their pain points are, and it stores this in your profile, and then you can create all of this content for your business, like email campaigns and all of that. And what's cool about this over something like Chat GPT is it will remember everything about your business to help you generate that content. All right. We also have the sales bot here. So the sales bot is an AI tool, again, that I've white labeled. This does integrate with HighLevel as well. And you can see the sales bot, the dashboard here. All of my members get access to their own dashboard where they can create unlimited AI bots. Now, HighLevel does have an AI bot. The difference is, though, this bot builder does not use AI credits, so it's unlimited. And HighLevel charges $97 for the unlimited. There is a pay per use plan, but having this bot builder allows my members the ability to resell unlimited bots, and it doesn't use any AI credits. So they're able to offer this as like a low barrier of entry, an entry level offer, and then of course upsell to the other tools. Now, also in our program, I do have another white label software that is the social autopilot. Now, what's cool about this tool is it allows you to create, again, you're training the AI for your business and with your brand colors and all that, and it allows you to create campaigns. It's going to pull in your brand colors and all that, and then customize the images and the website and all of that, and it's going to go ahead and publish to, like, once I if I agreed this was all good, then it would publish to all of my different channels. So it's not just creating the content, it's actually creating the post and then will automatically post to all the different channels. So you can see that you can connect your accounts for Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and forgot all the other ones here. So we have Facebook, Google Business, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, TikTok, X, and YouTube. Okay, so you can create that content to all of those different platforms. And this is inside of my dashboard as well. Now, you can also see that I've used another software that allows me to create 60 plus chat GPT prompts that my members can use to generate content. For example, we have a terms of service and a privacy policy, but you can see all of the things down here. But again, we just want to create these tools and resources for our members inside of our high level business. Okay. High level is a great foundation for a business, but it's not the entire business. Okay. And then, of course, I have a tab down here for our community. So I did have the get started that takes us right to the onboarding. That's just to make it a little bit more clear. But I always want our members to go to our community where they can receive support and all of that. I also, like I said, I do have the learning area here for all of my members to access the training. And then I also provide open office hours. You can see our events calendar in the community. So I am actually live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And all of our resellers have the ability in our program to join me, not only in my live, but immediately following the live. I open up a Zoom room so you can join me and all of our community. And, there's great conversations there. But what's awesome is we're all using different tools in different ways, and we're able to provide experience and support to all of the members. Okay. So I always say, I am a great resource, I hope, but our community is definitely just priceless. All right. Now, the next thing that I also added into my high level agency is the task manager. High level does have a task manager, but this is more formulated like Trello. So it's a little bit easier to manage and to view all of your tasks and assignments. Now, all of the tools are great, but we also need resources. We also need a system. And one of the things that I love about High Level is we have the ability to create a perfect system for our clients inside of our High Level program or your business, whatever you want to make it, an agency or whatever you want it to be. And what I love is we're able to create these websites or all of these digital assets like courses and funnels and blogs and forms and quizzes and all of these things. And we can actually copy the entire account and have it automatically loaded into a new user's account as soon as they sign up. So as soon as Jane Doe signed up for this account, she automatically had in her account a course in the membership area. So you can see, and I do provide a course for all of our members because they have the ability to resell our AI manager here. So I definitely wanted to provide a course for them. So when their clients, sign up, they have a course that they can use that can be imported into the snapshot as well. And if you go into the sites area, you'll see there are 4 different funnels here. Close that out. There are 4 different funnels here. And of course, you can import all of these. But what I love about this system is if we go into edit, just want to show you a little back end cool thing here. You actually have the ability to not just upload the system, but you can actually customize it instantly as well. So I'm going to show you how. You'll see here that, this is a great template, and lots of us have signed up with programs that have templates, and we have to do a lot of customization, and we certainly don't want to have to spend our time as the agency doing it, and we don't want our customers to have to do that either. So you can add what's called custom values. If we scroll down here, you'll see that this button here, the color of the button is actually attached to a custom value. Okay, so if I click in here, you'll see this custom value. Now, you can build these custom values with not just colors, but with images, like I have the logo here. Now, if I go back, all of these websites or all these funnels have all the custom values and all of that. So when I go back into this account now, in my onboarding instructions, all I need to do is tell the users where to upload their assets. Okay, so I'm going to go to the custom values here. We're going to go to the folders, the MVA done for you system, and all they need to do to change that, change the logo and colors, is just add their own here. So let's just do a little test here. I'm going to update these colors with a different brand. So I'm going to say the primary color is this here, and we're going to change the secondary color. Let's go ahead and update that. And we'll change the secondary color here. And if I wanted to, of course, update the logo, I certainly could do that. But just to save time, I'm going to just show you about the colors here, because you will definitely see the magic that happens and why HighLevel is so good with duplication. If I wanted to change the logos, all I'd have to do, you'll see here that it's attached to a custom value. I would just change the link. Okay. So let's go back now into the sites, and you'll see where it was blue and it's still kind of showing blue there. If I open up the page now, it's going to be all different colors. So now you'll see that it is purple and orange, which are my brand colors. You'll also see here, if we go to let's go to this funnel here. You'll see it's not just this one, it's all of the different funnels. They've all been updated. So you'll see that this website has also been updated, and you'll also see that not just, like I said, not just the colors here, but these actual images, they're SVG images, and you can have them update with the custom values as well. Okay. So I hope your mind is blown with the level of duplication that you're able to do instantly by utilizing the HighLevel snapshots. So if you see what's happening here, we've had HighLevel, the skeleton or the foundation. We've added additional, a community, we've added coaching, we've added additional software here. And we've also added funnels and websites and all of that. And now the whole purpose of my entire program and the business that I've built is to help others do exactly what I have done. Okay. So that's why I'm providing this done for you system to all of our members, and the licenses to rebrand and resell the AI Ads Manager, and also the ability to resell unlimited sales bots. And all of that is done inside of the HighLevel agency, using it as the foundation of our business, not the entire business. Now, if you're ready to sign up for HighLevel, I'm going to give you a free My Vision Agency starter plan to help you get started. This includes our done for you system that you can load into your own HighLevel account, our live group coaching 5 days a week, the ability to resell your own brand of our AI Ads Manager, and unlimited sales bots, among many other resources. So choose the HighLevel plan that works best for you, and I will see you inside.